Hello everyone, Sean here, and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be taking this next step after that wash, and we've prepared pretty much almost everything except for the panel prep. I'm going to do that right now, but just wanted to show you guys what I'm going to be using for the trim here. I'm going to be using ADS's Trim Plus, which is the newest trim coating, or one of the newest trim coatings on the market. Finally got my hands on it, so definitely wanted to try this out. But so basically what you want to do is, use an APC on your car, make sure it gets all the oils and the old dressing or anything like that off. So we were able to do that with the ADS Clean. And we're gonna put this on. Well, actually there is one extra step you want to do, is to actually compound it. Make sure you get that all off after. But yeah, compounding, make sure it gets everything else off. So go ahead and do that. Make sure it gets all the nasty little spots and water markings and whatever that was on the vehicle's trimming. Yeah, I actually did a pretty good job. So, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that nasty blackness right there. So definitely want to do that before your trim coating, if you want your trim coating to do its best. And then just take a little bit more and then try to get it on the edge. Yeah, look at all that staining right there that we were able to get off with compounding. Now I can pretty much panel prep, get all the residue off. You can buff off, but yeah, I'd rather just go straight into the panel prepping. If I want to grab the microfiber and just wipe down, get everything off. Yeah, pretty clean. We got a little bit of the blacking still. That was on right by the mirror, which I couldn't quite reach. So I was able to finally reach there. Willis panel prepping. All right, took you guys a little higher just in case, but yeah, basically it's all ready to go. Let's go open this baby up and follow the instructions. Okay, so we got the bottle of the trim coating. So let's go ahead and get this all shaken up. And then crack this baby open. Okay, gotta be careful because it is actually black, because this will also fill in with the blacks. So let's go ahead and, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. All right. It is time to apply it in circular motions. Definitely want to be a little careful, but you can wipe it off real easy if you have any towels around. Oh, instructions flying. So basically the instructions says apply it, well, do all the prep, use whatever soap you got, all that fun stuff. Then circular motions, just to make sure we got everything in there. Okay, let's do one door at a time. And should be good to wipe down. Oh yeah, wipe off is very easy. And I'm using one of these ripping microfiber towels. I can just sacrifice this and throw this away without worry after. Or I can try to wash it, but I doubt that this is going to be saved. So so for all intended purposes, this is our sacrificial towel. Then just a couple more drops, since we don't really need to load up the product that much anymore. Now we can do the other half. And just make sure this part is all nice and filled out. So good motions. Yep. This part's easy because there's no mirror or anything like that. So kind of take our little more swing time right there. Make sure we don't get anything on the paint. Yeah, you can definitely see how it affects the towels. So that's why it's good to have actually these like ripping microfiber towels, so you have that sacrificial use. Not have to worry about your go-to microfiber towels. Okay, should be enough. So we can definitely now wipe it all down and level it off. My trim isn't too neglected by any means. This is still a relatively new car. It's, 3 years old, so nothing to really write home about when it comes to how dirty it was. There's no like point to do any like before and after. I just wanted to put some sort of protection on the trim. Probably want to do the edges the second time, just to make sure I get every little thing. But that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's pretty much the steps on how to do the trim. This part actually, I can definitely say looks pretty nice. So yeah, nice little final wipe down and everything. But yeah, that's essentially it. That's the process of putting the trim coat on your vehicle's plastics and trim. Pretty nice stuff. Pretty nice, easy to work with. Wipes off the paint real easy. Doesn't really stain especially white cars. Doesn't do anything to the glass in particular on the edges. Easy wipe off. Easy process with ADS's Trim Plus. All right, let's go ahead and prep up the trim right here. Brand new side, and look at that. Probably like old trim and whatever it is, crap. Yep, definitely see what's going on there. Okay, a couple more. Just to make it 3 dots. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. The bird just dropped something on my car. Oh my goodness, let me get that out. Ay, ay, ay. All right, so this is done. So one more set of trim and then we're pretty much done. Woo, look at that, another set of dirty trim. Give it a wipe down or buff off, whatever. All right, wipe it down. Oh yeah, we can't forget to do the top part of the trim. I think it's off camera, so. All right, I think the trim is done at this point. I think it's looking pretty good, all things considered. But yeah, well, the top trim, I can't really show you too much other than doing this. Hope you guys can see that. This was kind of chalky before. I got all the watermarks off with the compounding and everything, so. It's really the prepping, like all that prep is honestly the hardest part, quote unquote. Otherwise, applying the coating itself, the trim coating, is pretty easy. You just put it on and then wipe it off after a minute or two. Just be careful with the edges, but yeah, you can definitely like wipe it off. Just make sure, like, you know, keep an eye on it. That's pretty much it. All you gotta do is just pay attention, really. Yeah, man, the black though is coming out pretty nice. Just make sure you wipe it down a little more than you think, just to make sure you don't have any like spots or anything like that. And I think you'll have a pretty nice looking trim coating. And look at the towel. Look at all that. Look at all the excess that I had to take off, but that's all part of it. That is all part of it, I think, anyway. Now we just throw this away. But anyways, that's all I got for this video. The trim coating, pretty satisfied so far. The application is real easy. Again, the whole process, the prep, is honestly the hardest, tedious part. But even that part is not too bad as long as you are used to it. But yeah, we'll see how this goes, how long this stays on, and how it performs, all that fun stuff. How the color stays. We'll see about that. But at least the initial step is pretty easy for the most part. Thank you, ADS, for making it easy. That's all I can say. And thank you very much. Hope to see you. Thank you very much. Comment and subscribe, like, whatever, all that fun stuff. Really do appreciate it. And again, we'll definitely see how the trim coating performs. So all that said, thank you very much, and I hope to see you all in next video. Ciao now.